So it's time to get you ready to get that level 40 mount. A lot of you might have leveled up in Classic WoW before, and when reaching level 40, you suddenly realize you are nowhere near having enough gold for that mount. Personally, on my druid, which I got to level 60 in hardcore Classic WoW when playing on Classic era, I got my level 40 mount at level 48. I know several warrior friends who didn't get their mount before level 50, and a bunch of people get their level 40 mount a couple of levels after level 40. We've all been there, and it's annoying. So if you want to get your mount by level 40, that's what this video series is for. Over the past few days, I've been doing videos every single day on how to make gold in every level bracket, and today we're covering how to make gold from level 30 to level 40 in Classic WoW Hardcore. In this video series, I mostly focus on showing you farming locations. That way you can literally make gold while leveling by farming mobs that you know drop valuable items. That way you are directly hitting two birds with one stone, farming gold and experience at the same time. But we will also touch base on some profession usage and how to save yourself some gold at the same time to really help you min-max your gold while leveling. So let's get into some gold farming. And we'll do this on an item by item basis. So first up you have Elemental Fire. Now for this level bracket you have an absolutely incredible farm for Elemental Fire located in Arathia Highlands, suitable for the high level 30s. Elemental Fire is used in crafting greater fire protection potions, which will be in pretty high demand. You also have Elemental Water locations in the same zone, but on the other side, so the eastern side pretty much, in Arathia Highlands, also suitable for high level 30s or mid level 30s. You also have Elemental Farm number 2, which is this island right here in Stranglethorn Vale, which is a very good island for farming both gold and experience, because there are a lot of water elementals here, they spawn pretty quickly, and you're in a location where a lot of people choose not to go, as there's only really one quest to do here, which in some cases is not even worth doing because of the travel time. Elemental Water is used in crafting greater frost protection potions, which will be useful later down the line. You also have the Earth Elementals in Badlands, which can be farmed for Elemental Earth. Over here you have 3 different types of Earth Elementals ranging from level 35-ish to level 43. All of these Earth Elementals are also tied to quests, so there will be some competition, but it's still highly profitable, and they are very good farms. Once again, Elemental Earth is used in crafting the greater nature protection potions and restorative potions, just as an example. You also have small flame sacks, which in this level bracket can be combined with dark whelplings and emerald whelplings farming, which can be done in the locations shown right here. For dark whelps, I personally usually farm in Badlands, but you can also do it in Dustwallow Marsh, and for the emerald whelplings, you can do that in the Swamp of Sorrows. Once again, your main gold income source from these farms will be the small flame sacks, the whelplings are just a bonus. Also, if you happen to have skinning, farming the turtles in Dustwallow Marsh is actually quite incredible for gold. They can drop turtle meat, for example, which can be handed in for a quest in Hillsbad Foothills for both factions, causing a demand for turtle meat by itself, since people need 10 of them for a quest. Plus, they will constantly be in high demand because people can use them to skill up cooking. Outside of that, you can also loot bags and greens from these turtles, and by skinning them you can also get turtle scales, which leatherworkers need a lot of in order to unlock tribal leatherworking, which a lot of leatherworkers will go for. That is, for example, the leatherworking section you need to do for the Devil's Sword set. This is also the level bracket where you might want to start focusing a little bit more on raw gold farming, just to make sure you have enough gold for that level 40 mount, no matter if you're able to trade or sell materials, based on which challenge you are personally doing. For that purpose, here are some of my favorite raw gold farms for this level bracket. You have these 2 locations for gorillas in Stranglethorn Vale, and gorillas have a pretty solid loot table for items that vendor for hefty chunks. Quick note is that your banks become full pretty quickly while farming gorillas, as they drop some barrels that vendor for a lot and only stacks up to 5 per stack. You also have the Tigers in Badlands and the Tigers in the Swamp of Sorrows, both of which drops pretty high vendor value items. The Tigers in Swamp of Sorrows are also surrounded by spiders, which also have a decent loot table. You might also notice that all 4 of these raw gold farms so far are based on farming beasts, so if you have skinning you can make even more raw gold from these gold farms, whether that is raw gold from vendoring the leather you get from skinning, or if you want to sell the leather on the auction house for more gold. Either way, it's just more gold. There is also another farm that I personally am quite a fan of doing while leveling, especially because many of the quests in this level range is incredibly competitive, so grinding mobs will often be just as efficient, if not even more efficient, than questing will be. The farm I reference here is doing the Jungle Remedy farm, which you can farm from the Witch Doctors and the Medicine Men in the northeastern part of Stranglethorn Vale, a farm suitable for level 32 to level 38. These guys have quite an incredible loot drop rate. First off, they can drop Jungle Remedy. Now players need 7 of these for a Stranglethorn quest, giving a pretty significant demand for this one at launch. On top of that, they also drop Stranglethorn pages, which you can advertise for sale in general chat while farming, or post on the auction house, and players will definitely buy the pages they need instead of farming for them, because the Stranglethorn chapter questline gives quite a lot of experience, and it can be very tedious to farm out the last few pages. On top of that, they can also drop healing potions and silk cloth, and they can even straight up drop herbs as well. It is also worth noting that this is a questing location, so there will be some competition, and you should expect more competition here than in most other grinding locations. This is also the perfect time to start talking about saving gold by not training all of your class abilities. This is where training your abilities start ramping up in cost, so in order to be able to afford that level 40 mount, you should really look into which abilities are worth training and which ones you really don't need while leveling. Some of them, for example, if you're a mage, you don't need all of the max rank Frost Novas, you can stick to rank 1, and the same thing goes for Concussive Shot, Wing Clip, basically anything with a slow, where increasing or actually upgrading the ability only upgrades the damage, while you're usually using that spell just for CC. Now, like for example, as a hunter, you can skip so many different abilities that you do not need while questing. As a mage, you can opt to skip fire and arcane abilities and only train frost abilities until you get to like level 50 plus, just to get your mount at level 40, and so on. Lots of classes do have a bunch of abilities they simply don't need while leveling, and you can save so much gold by not training everything. Personally, I also use the add-on called What's Training, which shows me which abilities I get at which level, so I don't have to go back to my trainer all the time. This way I can scout for important upgrades and visit my trainer whenever I have some significant abilities available for training. Now, that's just a couple of farming locations and gold making methods suitable for level 30 to level 40. You do have a bunch more, but I wanted to highlight my personal favorites. Tomorrow we are going to be covering the level 14 to level 15 level bracket, which is going to be insane, so subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for that one. Until then, you can find me live on Twitch and Kick, streaming hardcore classic WoW 24/7, and the links are in the video description.